Dear students, now we are going to discuss wideband frequency modulation in detail. Let's start with the definition of wideband frequency modulation, simply called as WBFM. In wideband frequency modulation, the frequency of the carrier signal is varied with respect to the modulating signal. Here the amplitude remains constant, only the frequency is varied. As we know that the modulation index is directly proportional to the bandwidth, for this wideband frequency modulation technique, the modulation index is very large. So that's what given here. When the value of modulation index is very large, then the signal has a wider bandwidth range. So for this wideband frequency modulation, the modulation index is very large, that is far greater than 1. So next we are going to derive the expression for wideband frequency modulated signal. For that we have to consider a single tone frequency modulated wave. We have already derived this expression in the previous lecture video. So we are going to use that expression directly over here. So this is the frequency modulated signal representation. AC cos of omega Ct plus mf sin omega mt. So frequency modulated signal is depending on the modulation index over here. So here there is no change in carrier amplitude. It remains constant. So consider this as the first equation. This frequency modulated wave is produced by a sinusoidal modulating wave m of t, which is nothing but the periodic function. Here, the wideband frequency modulated signal can be obtained by multiplying the narrowband frequency modulated signal with a suitable frequency multipliers. So now we are going to rewrite this expression in terms of complex. So here, the frequency modulated signal x of SFM of t is equal to AC e power j of omega Ct plus beta sin omega mt. This beta is nothing but modulation index. So here we can represent the modulation index as either mf or beta. Okay. So here beta is nothing but the modulation index of the frequency modulated signal. So e power j omega Ct plus beta sin omega mt. Now we are going to consider only the real part of the signal. So next we are going to multiply this exponential term inside this bracket. So we can obtain the frequency modulated wave as real part of AC e power j omega Ct multiplied with e power j mf. This mf is nothing but beta. Both are same. Okay. So that's why I have rewritten this statement like this. So real part of AC e power j omega Ct multiplied with e power j beta sin omega mt. So here omega m is nothing but modulating frequency. Here omega c represents carrier frequency. So next we can rewrite this expression as S cap of t. So we can mention this is nothing but the complex envelope of the frequency modulated signal. So this is nothing but AC into e power j beta sin omega mt. So this combination is called as S cap of t. So this is the complex envelope of the frequency modulated signal. This is a periodic function of time with respect to the modulating frequency. So this expression can be written as S cap of t e power j omega Ct. So consider this as the third equation. So this one is the second equation and this one is the third equation. So next we are going to analyze the complex envelope of the FM signal. So we are going to expand the complex envelope of the FM signal using Fourier series, because in this only we are having the modulation index as well as the modulating frequency. Okay. So here using this Fourier series we can obtain the expression as summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn exponential of Jn omega mt. So this is the formula for the Fourier series in time domain. So consider this as the fourth equation. So where the Cn is nothing but Fourier series coefficient. Okay. So this Cn is equal to Fm integration from minus 1 by 2 Fm to plus 1 by 2 Fm and the complex envelope into e power minus Jn omega mt into dt. So this is the fifth equation. Okay. So here in this formula we have plus sign. For this coefficients we are having e power minus sign. Okay. So next we are going to substitute the third equation in this fifth equation. So third equation is nothing but the complex envelope of the signal. So that is nothing but AC e power j beta sine omega mt into e power minus n omega mt into dt. So now we are going to assume some variable, some constant value like x. Okay, so assume one value as s, that is equal to omega m into t. Consider x is equal to omega m into t. So here omega m is nothing but 2 pi fm. So 2 pi fmt. So if we are going to differentiate this x, we can get dx by dt is equal to 2 pi fm. So this dt goes to this side, then we can get dx is equal to 2 pi fm dt. So we are going to substitute these values. Okay, so we are going to substitute these values in this expression. Then we can obtain Cn is equal to AC by 2 pi integration from minus pi to pi e power j beta sin x minus jnx into dx. So this can be written as AC into Jn of beta. So here Jn is nothing but the Bessel's functions. So here the Bessel function is widely used to represent the signal in communication process. So Jn beta is nothing but 1 by 2 pi integral from minus pi to pi e power j beta x minus jnx dx. So here this is the nth order Bessel function. So now we are going to, this is the sixth equation, we are going to substitute the sixth equation in the fourth equation, where the fourth equation is nothing but the Fourier series representation of complex signal. So s cap of t is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity AC j n of beta exponential of j omega m into nt. So consider this as the seventh equation. So in order to obtain wideband frequency modulated wave, we are going to substitute this seventh equation in the second equation. So now we can obtain the signal expression like this. So this is the second equation. The frequency modulated signal is equal to what? Real part of escape of t into e power j omega ct. So here this escape of t can be replaced by this expression. So we can obtain the real part of summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity AC Jn of beta e power Jn omega mt into e power j omega ct. So now we can combine these two signals together. So here e power j is a common, t is also a common. So e power j omega ct plus n omega m of t. Okay. So here we can rewrite this expression with the real term alone. So here it is e power j. This can be written as AC. It's a constant term. We can take it outside. So AC summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity j n of beta cos omega ct plus n sin omega t. So this is the expression of wideband frequency modulated signal in terms of Fourier series. Finally, the Fourier series time domain representation of wideband frequency modulated signal is S WBFM of t is equal to AC summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Jn of beta cos 2 pi of Fc plus n Fm of t. So next we are going to obtain the frequency domain representation or spectrum of wideband frequency modulated signal. So for that we have to consider Fourier transform. So the Fourier transform of the above signal is SWB of F is equal to AC by 2 summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Jn of beta and then this cos. Okay, Fourier transform of cos is nothing but the impulse signal over here. So del of F minus Fc minus n Fm plus del of F plus Fc plus n Fm. So here we can have two side bands. It is not only two side bands, n number of side bands are there here, right? So n number of side bands means it stands from minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why we can name this as a wide bandwidth. Okay, wide bandwidth means here the bandwidth is literally infinite. So next, this WBFM signal contains the carrier with an amplitude AC. That is, here the carrier amplitude divided by 2 into J naught of beta. So J naught of beta is a constant term. That's why we can consider this as the amplitude. Okay, carrier amplitude. And the wideband signal contains an infinite number of sidebands. Upper sidebands and lower sidebands. N number of sidebands are available. So n number means here it is nearly infinite value. Okay, so it contains an infinite number of sidebands spaced symmetrically on either sides of the carrier with Fm plus or minus 2 Fm plus or minus 3 Fm. It goes on like that. So here the modulation index is proportional to the number of sidebands. So this is the spectrum representation of wideband frequency modulated signal. So this is the carrier amplitude and then we are having the n number of upper sidebands as well as lower sidebands with the separation of plus or minus Fm. Bandwidth of wideband frequency modulated signal. For wideband frequency modulated signal, the modulation index is very large. Okay, so here MF is far greater than 1. So MF is far greater than 1 means here MF, that is modulation index, is equal to del F by Fm. It should also be far greater than 1. So if I am going to move this Fm to this side, then the frequency deviation is far greater than modulating frequency. So in that case, we can simply ignore this Fm. According to Curzon's rule, so we can say bandwidth is equal to 2 times del F plus Fm. So here Fm is the negligible one. Finally, we can obtain the bandwidth of wideband frequency modulated signal is twice the frequency deviation. Advantages of wideband frequency modulated signal. In wideband frequency modulation, the noise humidity is improved. All the transmitted power is utilized properly. It covers a larger area. Adjacent channel interference is also avoided due to the quad bands. There are some disadvantages. Very large bandwidth is required and the equipments for transmission and reception are complex. Applications. It is widely used in entertainment applications, FM broadcasting that can be used for high quality music transmission. So these are the major applications of WBFM.